Howdy y'all, and welcome to Jab playing Albion Online on a budget, free to premium edition. In the last episode, I showed you how to take a free-to-play character, go through, we went to the tutorial island, we did the Tomes of Insights, unlocked the ability to use a tier 4 skinning set. We've unlocked the ability to use a tier 4 weapon, tier 4 armor. We're using a tier 5 ox right now, and we have collected the following mats that we're going to go refine. All right, in order to refine, we can't do it here. Well, where do we do it? Well, that's a great question, and where we need to go to is we need to go over to Martlock. And the reason why we're going to Martlock is because there's a refining bonus of 40% over hide. In order to get to Martlock, we're going to have to go through some yellow zones, but don't worry about it. It's not that bad. So we're going to go through Smooth Cleft, Redstone Plain, Finks Hill, Croaker Hill, Arden's Hill, Blackthorn Quarry, and into Martlock. Now, the beautiful thing about going through yellow zones is simply this: we get to see who's flagged up. Right? There's no surprises. We get to see who's flagged up. Even if they knock us off our ox, they can't take anything from us. All they can do is give us a repair bill. So there's nothing to worry about, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take you all on a speed run, and we'll go ahead and get this knocked out really quick. I just want to make sure I'm going out the right side. Yes. All right, so we're off and running, and maybe we're off and running. All right, I'll see you guys when we get there. Yo, I want to give a shout out to all the farmhands out there. You guys' support and love is amazing. It inspires me to continue to make content for you guys, and you guys rock. All right, we made it to Martlock with no issues. I'm going to go ahead and go into the bank. The bank is just right here as you come into the town. And the reason I'm going into the bank is I need to offload some of this stuff because we're going to get weighted down. Right now we have 638,000 worth of estimated value. And we have 40,080 of silver. So we're going to go ahead and refine this and see what we can change this into. I'm going to go ahead and just dump the tier 3 into here for right now, and the tier 4, and I'm going to go and find us a refining station. Now, if you're new to the game and not sure how to find refining stations, just hit N, right? What we're looking for is we're looking for the one that looks like leather. If we click on one of them, it will just highlight all the leather ones, and we're just looking for the cheapest price, $4.35. Ooh, $3.55, really? $3.55 may be the winner. Let's take a look. 355, yeah. Looks like 355 is the winner. You know, I'll just go to this one down here unless I can find one that's a little cheaper. 370. Usually the cheapest ones are on the outskirts, and once you learn where they're at, you know, you'll get to figure out. So I'll see you guys when I get there. All right, we're here. We're gonna refine tier 2 leather. It is 1 for 1, and as always, tier 2 never costs you anything. So we'll go ahead and knock this out, and we'll see what we come up with on the other side. We refined to tier 2. Now we're going to do tier 3 and tier 4. The process for tier 3 is you need 2 tier 2 hide and 1 tier 2 leather, and it'll cost you 3. And tier 4 is 2 hides and 1 tier 3 leather, and it costs you 6. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out really quick, and then we'll find out what we ended up with estimated market value and how much it costs us to refine it. All right, so here's what the numbers break down to. Our estimated market value is now 857. That's an increase of 219,000 silver. It costs us 12,948 silver to refine it. So basically we spent 13,000 silver to increase it by 219. You know what? It was well worth the trip here to get here. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this stuff in the bank, and I'm gonna head back because I'm not exactly sure where we're gonna sell this stuff. I haven't thought about that. I'm not sure where the market value is to sell refined leather. If you have a idea, put a comment in the comment section where you think we should sell this stuff. I decided to bring all the leather back to the bank of Bridgewatch, and we'll put it here right now. I haven't stuck it in the marketplace yet to sell. However, I want to do a recap. We're sitting at almost $1 million worth of assets in the bank vault right now. We're sitting at 200,000 silver on hand, and in the guild account we have 700. All right, so that's 720 plus $1 million plus that's 171. So we're at like 1.9 million, just shy of 2 mil basically. Let's look at the destiny board really quick. Let's see how close we are to. We're 15% into tier 5, which means that it's 117. We're at 113 points, and we're gaining more. So yeah, the priority is we're going to go out and get do some tier 4 gathering. So I'm going to head out into Drywater Meadow. It's tier 2 through tier 4, and we'll get a couple pies going, and I'll let you know what it is that how this all turns out. All right, we're back at the bank of Bridgewatch, and we bird 1 pie, and I have good news and bad news. The good news is, you know, we hit our learning point, right? The bad news is it's 117. We're 3 points shy, so I'm gonna have to grind it. On the other hand, yeah, we've got 121,000 worth of mats in 30 minutes, and hey, we got our daily bonus. Let's look at that. The other thing I want to look at is how close are we to unlocking tier 5 bows. Oh good lord, we're almost there. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go into the tier 2 tier 3 zone. I'm just gonna pop a pie, and I'm gonna just grind it out as quickly as I can. And yeah, when we get to the point where I can pay for it, we'll buy new gear, and I'll show you the next step. All right, we're back at the bank of Bridgewatch. I did unlock tier 5 skinning. It took us about 12 minutes, 10-12 minutes. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and switch these out to tier 5. That, and we want that. We want that. Put that here. And the reason why we want tier 5 is because right? The tier 4 is only tier 4. It only gives us tier 4 and below, right? And we're going to be hunting tier 5, so we need to upgrade to tier 5. If it wasn't for that, I'd just keep with it. So we'll put all this in the bank for right now. Put this in the bank for right now, and yeah, our skinning knife is worth 7,500. So that gives you an idea. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start looking for tier 5 since we can skin it. And if we go into the map, we could go all the way over here, right, into the green zone or blue zone to tier 3, tier 5, right? However, we can just go right outside here and go tier 3, tier 5. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and just go right outside of town. You're like, but Jab, it's a yellow zone. We you know, or lazy grass, right? It's a yellow zone. They could attack us. Well, I mean, yeah, so. And, right, it's a yellow zone. They can attack us and they can knock us down, right? But they can't take anything from us. All we get is a repair bill. Here's the other thing. They can't sneak attack us. I mean, they can, but they can't. And I'll tell you what I mean by that, right? See this? This tells us how many people are flagged up in the area, right? So, and you know, big deal. You know, they can't sneak attack us. So let's go ahead and let's do this. Let's get a pie going, and I'll show you what tier 5 stuff look like. Oh, dang it. Drop down. We need our hide poison. There's that. Let's see if I can find a tier 5. There's tier 4. Right there. That's a tier 5 animal. Boom. And here's the other thing. That's a tier 5 animal right there too. Evidently he killed it. He couldn't skin it. So we got 5.1 for free. Yay. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out what I can in this zone. And we'll see what we get. All right, guys, we're back at the Bank of Bridgewatch. We burned a pie in that yellow zone, and sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. We've got one of these Skinner tomes that dropped, and these things have an estimated value of 137k, which is way better than the mount. So here's what we ended up getting. We ended up getting 614 tier 3. 234 of tier 4, 30 of 4-1, 140 of 5, 28 of 5-1, and 1 of 5-2. Now, here's one thing I will tell you. It's very hit and miss in the yellow zones when it comes to, sometimes you'll get a full node on an animal, and sometimes it's just one. That's the way it goes in yellow zones, right? But I can show you something that's different. So let's go ahead and put this in here, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put all this stuff right here for comparison, right? I'm gonna stack all this stuff in here, and I'm gonna show you something that we can do differently than going into the yellow zone. It'll be equivalent to yellow zone. I told you that I wouldn't put you in a situation where you'll ever lose your stuff, right? Hang on a second. I can actually use this right now. So that'll help us for tier 6, and we unlock some tomes or whatever. Let's see what we unlocked. What is that? Oh, okay, well, we'll use that because we can't sell it. Hey, learning points. 5 learning points. Money. That's never a bad thing. And some other stuff. We'll put this stuff in here for later. And then I'm going to go back out to the yellow zone, and the same zone that we were in, and we're going to talk about these things called mists. We're in the yellow zone, and what we're doing is we're looking for a thing called a wisp that will allow us into the zone. And it's these little blue things right here. All you got to do is, you know, get off your mount, go touch it, and then it'll open up a portal, and then you can go through the portal. All right, when you first get into the mist, remember this: whatever zone that you come into the mist from is going to be the same rules that you apply for. So if you go into a yellow zone, it's a yellow zone. You can only be knocked down. If you go into a red zone or a black zone, it can be full PvP loot. Sometimes in here you'll see resources, like a resource node, and it will show, you know, hey, what resources are in here. So if you come in here and you don't find one, well then run around. Now, you see this orange thing? If you go in this orange thing, you will flag up, right? That's PvP. You can be killed and looted in there. So remember that. So I'm gonna run around here and I'm gonna see if I can find another mist, and I can show you how we can jump from one mist to another mist until we can find what it is we're looking for. You see how this mist has a rock? We're looking for one that has leather. Oh my God, it only took me about, I don't know, 11 or 12 jumps to be able to find this stupid thing. But we found it, so I'll show it to you when I get there. All right, here we are. We're gonna run around and see what we can get out of this. Now the cool thing is, it is most of the stuff you can get out of here is 5 out of 5. The question is it going to be worth it? I honestly don't know. I'm gonna burn a pie and we'll see what we come up with. All right, guys, we're back at Bank of Bridgewatch, and here's what I'm gonna tell you about the mists. For leather, I don't think it's very good. For the other resources, I do, because there's abundance of the other resources. The leather, not so much. And I saw sparklies of the other stuff, not so much of the leather. And even in the leather zone, once I found one, it closed 4 minutes after I got into it. So I think yellow zones are the better way to go. It's a hit and miss on, you know, whether they're going to be full or not. But, you know, hey, at least it's consistent and you don't take forever to find it. I do think the mists are cool. I think they're better for other resources, just not leather. And yeah, 205,000 is what we ended up getting. But that was basically because I got a majority of the stuff in the yellow zone after I got kicked out of the mist. It is what it is. All right, let's do a quick recap real quick. Let's see what unclaimed stuff we got. And hey, we'll use that. We'll use this. We'll use this. We'll use this. And oh, hey, we got some money. And all right, hang on a second. Let's do let's sort, and then we'll throw all this stuff in there. Well, we'll try to throw all that stuff in there. All right, sort it. All right, it says we got 1.73 mil in there. So 1.7 plus, that's 8, 1.9, 1.9 plus 7, 2.6. We're halfway there. We've got a long way to go still. I've got an idea, and I have a theory. I'm gonna go pop a pie in a zone, and let's see if my theory is right or not. You may be surprised on what I'm gonna do next. I'm not gonna tell you now. I'll tell you after I did it. We're back at the bank of Bridgewatch, and yeah, if you guys know me by now, I got 319,000 worth of. Oh, hang on a second. Get rid of that. 319,000 worth of estimated market value in 30 minutes. One pie. This is what you know. 1.5. Almost 2 stacks of tier 3, and you're like, Chad, where did you go? Hang on a second. I went into here, and here's what I'm gonna tell you. There was like 18 people in here with me. It was highly contested, and I still managed to. I was like a vacuum cleaner in there, right? And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes understanding what the metrics is and understanding how many people are on, it's, you know what, the low level stuff sells too. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna gather some low level mats, and we're gonna go refine. All right, guys, we made it to the refining station. We've got 266,503 silver on hand, and estimated market value is 651. Place your bets of what we can get this up to. Can we get this up to maybe 900? 850? I don't know. Let's see what we can do. Well, we're looking pretty good. We spent 12,045 silver and got an increase of 221,000 estimated market value. So yeah, we're sitting on 872k in our bag right now, and 254. So I mean, we have over 1 million on us, and that doesn't count what's over in the bank, not counting what's in the guild stash. So now I have to figure out where I'm going to put this stuff and sell it. I still haven't quite figured that out. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I figure that out. Okay, we're back in the town of Bridgewatch, and I wanted to give you a recap of where we stand right now. So I left the leather in Martlock, so we have 856,000 leather in Martlock. I'm holding on to 1.12 million worth of assets right now on me. I've got 244,128 silver on me, and in the guild bank I have 719,392 silver. If we add that all up, we're at 2.93 million silver worth of assets, and we need to get to 5. So the question is, will we be able to do it or not? In order to find out, you'll have to see the next episode. So guys, if you made it this far and you're enjoying what you're seeing, or learned something, or even made fun of me, then hey, leave a like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Leave a comment, right? It all helps. It brings a notification to let other people like us to say, hey, come check this out. All right, guys, if I don't see you in between now and then, have a fantastic week. And as always, happy farming.